setting up the catalyst in here. Do a little video recording on our laps. Gotta make sure that thing's ready to go.
Well, welcome to day 4 of the 2026 TireRack.com One Lap of America. Today you find us at the very rainy, somewhat snowy, very cold, but very fun High Plains Raceway in Deer Trail, Colorado. This leg of the event has given us everything that we have come to expect from the One Lap. We had a crazy transit last night with some very interesting authority figures, with a whole bunch of them all over the place on Route 70. We had a lot of very interesting roads that actually caused some attrition last night as well, from cracked wheels to transmissions to you name it. And then we have the weather that we've been contending with all day, and we're going to continue contending with here at High Plains. In the meantime, check out all the great coverage and enjoy this update before we get ready to head to Hastings, Nebraska tonight. So we'll see you there tomorrow, but in the meantime, enjoy, and we'll see you on the road.
Good morning, Mark here. Nice cold rainy Tuesday morning in High Plains. And we are here with team.
We're just here for the autocross.
Right. And names?
John Hogan.
Brian Peters.
So here for the autocross, this beautiful E-Ray. I do have to say it's the best sounding hybrid I've ever seen and heard. The car's flying out there, looks awesome. You guys are obviously doing a great job with it. You've had a couple little problems, I think, with the front transfer case so far this season.
Yeah, it's developed a strange noise so far. It hasn't been changing much. So we did the fluid in Memphis, and we're going to see what happens from here. So
awesome. You guys are definitely laying out some good times. I know today is not ideal conditions, although a couple of years ago when we were here, wasn't a whole lot warmer. We didn't have rain, but we did have 50-mile-an-hour sustained winds and tumbleweed everywhere.
Yeah.
So at least you're not picking tumbleweeds up off your car like we were a couple years ago. But now today we've got some sleet, we got a little bit of snow, we got a bunch of rain. You being all-wheel drive may help a little. How you feeling about your chances kind of today in the wet and the cold?
yeah, I think other than the Bridgestones, I think we're going to be okay. We're heavier, we're a little softer. All-wheel drive doesn't hurt in these conditions, so it's a pretty flowing track too. So I had a lot of fun a couple years ago, and I think it's just a matter of keeping your eyes up and staying smooth. I'm hearing different things about whether there's a wet line or not, so we'll have to feel it out in the outlap and just keep it on the pavement today.
Yeah, I think that's exactly correct. You know, everyone knows that when it's cold like this, everyone here is on performance tires. Whether it's cold and wet or just cold, the tires aren't going to perform the way they typically would. So yeah, feeling it out on the outlap, maybe doing some tire pressure adjustments to get them to warm up better, doing some things on your outlap to get them to warm up a little, and then just managing and driving the grip available.
I think we're going to run a little softer shocks. We'll probably go back to the factory shock controller and run a softer mode, just to give the tires as much as they can in this cold temp. They're not going to like that very much. So.
Exactly. Today is kind of a repeat of the wet skid pad that we had in South Bend, really, with the exception of we have just more corners and higher speed, but again, the setup is probably close to the same.
Yep. Yeah, but I'm going to keep my bars where they're at. Yeah.
Exactly, guys. Well, I really appreciate your time. It's great seeing you out there. Good luck. Be safe. Have fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, Mark. Here at we're at High Plains, Colorado. Deer Trail is the town. Day 3 or 4 of the one lap. It's Tuesday.
You're supposed to know these things.
It's Tuesday.
It's not Wednesday yet.
Yeah, it's on Wednesday. It's Tuesday, and it's cold. It's rainy, and we're at
Bits of snow.
Bits of snow. They're calling for snow tonight. We'll be out of here before that. But we are here with Some Bitch Racing, Scotty and Steve, or Mike. Mike.
Yeah.
And we want to talk to them. This is your kind of your home track.
Yes, this is home track. This is home. I'm very excited to be here. This is like my perfect day. And I tell everybody, you've got to prepare for everything, all-wheel drive and good tires. And everybody else has really fast tires when it's dry. But today, hopefully, my choices will pay off. We'll see.
And you'll be driving today, I assume?
I'm driving today, yeah.
Yeah.
Mikey's every bit as good as I am.
Mike drove yesterday, and you were flying. You were looking good.
He did.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. That was my first opportunity to drive this car in anger, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Yeah, I was sitting at the corner affectionately known as the bitch.
Oh, so you in the afternoon session, did you see that little presentation I put on, or no?
Well, my thing was I thought you knew I was there, so you were just trying to create good TV.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, Mike, he knows I'm here. He's just doing good TV, and it really didn't affect your lap time that much. So I knew that it was just for good TV.
Didn't seem to, but yeah, it was kind of spectacular, and yeah, fully planned. I planned that all along.
I knew it. But we wanted to make sure to talk to you today because you're back in your home car.
Back in the Bandit.
Back in the Bandit. You're the previous style Porsche that you love.
Yes.
And are comfortable in, and at your home track and in perfect conditions really for you.
Absolutely perfect. This is my favorite. I grew up. My dad taught me to drive going down a very narrow, windy road from our house in the mountains to Golden in the snow, and so I learned everything I know from him about snow driving, and that's my favorite.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting today. I know some people are a little anxious or don't want to maybe run in it, but it's really everyone's in the same conditions, and we'll drive the grip available.
I want every single person here to be very safe and not do any damage to themselves or their cars, so they just need to slow down and let me go faster.
That's right.
That's all they have to do. So it's easy.
And in true one-lap spirit, Scott has brought his car to help a competitor.
We are experimenting for the very first time with car-to-car charging on Lucid.
Wait, can we say that on TV?
Docking.
Yeah. Oh no.
Wait
a minute.
I didn't say.
9 days, 3,500 on the dash. 18 races we avoid in the crash. Track competition, but the transit is the test. Rain or the sunshine, we don't ever get to rest. Road hazards lurking, unknowns on the way. We push in the limits in the heat of the day. Tire rack, one lap of America. 3,500 miles, that's endurance in the chest. Tire rack, one lap of America. 18 races deep, we the best of the best. Endurance in the veins. 9 days down, 3,500. One lap of America. Get gone.
Good morning, good morning. Welcome back to the 2026 TireRack.com One Lap of America. You join Brian and I today at the beautiful Motorsport Park Hastings. We are here in the control room today. How you doing?
Hey guys.
So we are going to be bringing you the action from here. We've got a whole bunch of cameras set up today. We've got some in-cars ready to go. And of course, we have our pit correspondent and the parts farm cam over there ready to go as well. We're going to bring him in soon. But let's go over to our timing screen for a second, just because we got to get this stuff set up for today, right? So let's get our live time link up here. Boop. We're going to boop this. So Brian, transit yesterday wasn't too bad.
No, not at all. We ended up taking the northern route, running up to the interstate, which only had a little bit of rain the first part of the transit, and then we ran into, I guess, about 30 minutes of a little bit heavier rain, but not a bad transit at all. Of course, it's construction season beginning here, so we had about 15 or so miles of two-way traffic on the interstate, but it was not a bad transit at all.
Not bad.
Now tonight's
going to be a different story. We've got a long haul tonight all the way up to Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin.
Yep.
Tomorrow we're going to be bringing you the action from Road America, a fun course and a favorite course of ours. Cars are getting ready to go out on track, and we've got Mark up there ready. And Mark, good morning. How you doing, brother?
Good morning, guys. Doing great. I got a great spot here at the start finish line in the flagger stand. I'm going to try to get a couple different vantage points today from the track. This is a pretty zero elevation track, so anywhere I can pretty much see a good amount. We're going to try to maybe even sneak into the infield at some point today. Maybe after lunch, I can sneak into the infield. And I was told around turn 8 or so is a great spot. I can get behind some guardrail and get some footage from some nice high-speed corners.
Well, it should be great. We're looking forward to that. And, Mark, we were watching some of the interviews. You're doing a great job, and I'm sure everybody's appreciative of that too. So keep up the good work, buddy. We're enjoying it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Just kind of fumbling my way through this whole interview thing, figuring it out as we go. But it's really not a whole lot different than just we're out there talking to friends, right? Like we're all friends and family out here, so we're all just talking to see how everyone's day's going and what they're looking forward to.
Yep, absolutely. That'd be phenomenal. Yeah, sorry about that. Just bringing down some volume in the background on our end. And Boosted Films, welcome, is asking, can we spectator for free if we come to Road America? You absolutely may. We do not charge anything. We never charge anything for spectators. We'd love to have you come out. So,
but it is boosted media.
It is boosted media.
So I think we need to.
I think we should just put them in, bring them into the live stream, because it's been quite a long time since we've seen them.
Yeah, it has been
way too long.
A long time. But you have to bring Ronnie with you. Go by, pick up Ronnie, and bring Ronnie.
Yep.
So. Yep. But heck yeah, spectators are welcome at all of our events.
Yep.
You might have to sign your life away and get an armband at the gate, but other than that, come visit.
Yep, we'd love to have you. So, of course, this track run by none other than Jeff Lucino.
Yep.
Former one-lapper, ran with us in 2014.
2012.
2012, that's right.
With Evan Smith.
Yep, with Evan Smith and that Roush RS3, silver color. And we've got Tom O'Gorman, fastest of the day yesterday in both sessions, out on track now. So let's see what that GT3 RS is going to do in the dry. And that looks like
I think that's Salil driving this morning.
That is yes, that is Salil in the car.
Okay, all right. Yep. And after Salilo, we've got
Andrew,
and followed by looks like we've got,
I think that's Dave Marcus in the ZR1.
Marcus and King in the ZR1, and then we've got
Chris Mayfield.
Yep. That's correct.
All right, so we've got timing checking, and they're going to make sure it looks like we're going to set them loose here in a second.
Here we go, taking the green flag for our first session. at Motorsport Park Hastings here in Hastings, Nebraska. Tomo out and away, goes through turn
Salil.
1, nice and Salil. It's going to be hard for me to not say that because Salilo. And that quiet ZR1 headed out. So, you know who I don't see this morning, who I believe has dropped out? Number 5.
That thing is such a rocket off the line, guys. That's crazy.
This is true.
I believe the Goodyear boys are done. I think that Galata-Poo had a bit of an issue with their vehicle yesterday.
Some turbo issue, possibly.
Issues, some wastegate. I think they were talking about it was stuck open, and I believe they have withdrawn. So attrition doing its thing.
Yep.
Yet again, we're on the 2026 TireRack.com One Lap of America, and Mark, of course, manning that PartsFarm.com cam, and all this coverage brought to you in part by PartsFarm.com. Go check them out, show them some love, and I know we were talking about the Garmin Catalyst and some of the videos, the wonderful ones that Brian Shaw is doing. Here we go. We've got Salilo coming around. Running a 128.9. So let's see what Brownie's got. Getting that car turned in. Got a little wiggly there with a 129.9. That is pretty close.
0.02 faster
That
than
is-
Salil.
Yeah.
A 937 to a 939. No, I'm sorry.
No. All the way around.
Second. Yeah.
Yeah, a second. Just exactly a second. Then we've got the Rippin ZR1 at a 133.4. But it looks like Mayfield might be closing up a little bit. That seems to be close with a 129, so knocked out 4 seconds on that one.
Yes, he did.
So certainly catching him.
When that ZR1 goes by, it literally sounds like a jet engine.
Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty wicked car, and it's from what I understand, that was the first ZR1 that needed to get its brakes replaced in the country. No, really, truly, after six events, they had to change them. So
wow.
Yep. Oh wow, Tomo getting that thing nice and Salilo getting that thing nice and sideways, using up all the track there. Coming around the final bend. Using that curbing, running down across the start finish with a 127.2, so finding a second there.
Definitely looks like he's pulling out on the Supra.
And does it look like the Supra has some agriculture on the front splitter?
I was looking at that.
Mark, when it comes by, take a look at that front splitter on the Supra.
Yeah.
Yes, he has done.
He has done some lawn mowing for sure with
He
a
has
132.
done a lot of landscaping with that car, and I'll be shocked if it doesn't get hot.
He's got 4 seconds that he picked up on that lap, so certainly. But I do see that Evora closing down on the Corvette very, very quickly.
Hugely.
Well, there goes King with the 134 and that suit, and the Evora with the 127. So actually, I can't help but wonder if I don't know, because they were pretty far apart. But the Corvette picked up a second, while the Evora knocked off 2 seconds.
Yep.
So
maybe
that delta, I think we're gonna have it past this lap.
Yep. And Brownie could have, when he went off, brought a bunch of
I'm wondering.
grass and all back onto the track, and
It's possible. I didn't hear it on the radio, but I wasn't fully paying attention to it. But whichever.
Wherever he went off is definitely the grass has been trimmed.
The grass is greener where Andrew went off. So here we've got that Porsche 911 GT3 RS coming down for his checker flag. Salilo with a 127.3, very consistent, only gaining 1/10 of a second in that lap. And then there's a
the Evora has passed the ZR1.
Okay, so we do have a pass effectuated. The Evora has passed it, so we have and that's been reflected in the live timing. So that's been recognized by Matt. Supra,
and I do believe
with their second, but there's something going on there, because he ran only 0.2 faster which was both laps slower than his out lap. So there's certainly something going on with that Supra.
I'm thinking that the temperature got
Yeah,
up
the
back.
Supra is
got up
definitely
pretty
the Supra is
badly, and
definitely
he
hot.
had to back off a bit.
It could very well be. You know, we'll find out. I see Aaron walking away, kind of wondering,
Yeah,
right over there, wondering, you know,
Supra-
what do I have to deal with now?
Yeah, the Supra is definitely warmed up when he went by. He was down on the
I
throttle. It
didn't want to get
almost
dirty
looked like
today.
he had some antifreeze maybe spraying.
Oh, well, let's hope that he hasn't punctured anything.
Well, it might just be hot and
Overheating.
coming out the overflow. Yep.
Could be.
I mean, the whole grill is covered.
Yeah. No, I mean, I saw him coming through. Was that turn 8 over there? And yeah,
Yes.
he looked like he had quite a healthy vegetarian breakfast this morning.
Yeah, he's gonna make a nice salad later.
Yep, absolutely.
But you know, with that car being turned up as much as it is, and that much of it being blocked and running it hard, that thing for sure is getting hot.
Yep. Picking up some alfalfa.
So later today, we'll just drop off a little dressing at his pit.
Yep.
And
Matt Howard sending me a photo from live timing and scoring. Thank you, Matt. That is quite a lot of greenery there. He has certainly camouflaged himself. Matt Howard, of course, with P1 timing and scoring, doing our live timing. Thank you, Matt. Yep.
see if I can get spun around here without falling down the stairs. So when he comes in here slowly to the pits. So if you guys see me disappear, you know I've fallen down the spiral staircase while I'm trying to stand
if
here.
we see the camera teetering down there and toppling.
Maybe I need to put
The
our
camera's here,
studio
but Mark's
camera
gone.
on the tower, so in case.
Well, I have this one. I can. We have one looking at the tower.
Oh, okay, so
Good.
yeah,
So we'll catch you if you fall.
Yeah, so at least
on
you'll
video,
watch me
not
fall
physically.
down to the bottom.
so guys, watch the camera to the left,
Yeah.
and if you see a blob fall from the tower, you know Mark didn't make it.
We can zoom in on him.
So Krista's co-driver was driving this morning, as was Dave Marcis. Mike King was in the ZR1, and Mayfield's co-driver was in the Avora.
Okay, so
Because I see Marcus.
yeah, I see him over there too. I mean, but this is a very straightforward, fairly easy track.
Yep.
It is. The sight lines are good here. It's fairly flat. There are a couple corners that will invite you to overdrive them.
Oh yeah.
And right there where we see the Corvette coming on right now in the view, that is one of the corners that's very inviting to overdrive. And kind of as you go to exit, you're like, ah, crap, that was too fast. But this is a fun track to drive. It's very flowing. Sight lines are good. Not super punishing if you do overdrive it as far as damage. I may get some grass, but not a lot of hard things, so that's good.
And now, first up in this run group, we have that Team PGR Tesla. Looks like Andrew behind the wheel. I think.
Yep. Yeah, Andrew's doing all the driving.
Okay. And then we've got behind there the Rumspringa C8, followed by Mark's favorite M4
Yes.
on the ledge racing.
Yeah, we have driver window down.
There we go. Asking about windows. And then we've got that super quiet E-Ray.
Yeah.
And
The rowdiest
behind-
hybrid on the planet.
Yep. And then following up there, we've got, which Corvette is that? Brian, is that
That would
That is,
be
I believe, the Michelin
E-Ray.
Stingray.
That's the Michelin. Okay, yeah, it's the Michelin E-Ray.
In the E-Ray, and then the Grand Sport in the back. Sorry.
Yep.
Oh, Grand Sport. Yes, I'm sorry.
Yes.
And the Tesla snuck away while we were chatting, but Team Rumspringa with Andy behind the wheel, certainly making some noise getting away. Let's see how well he does. This is a track that he's no stranger to. He's done well here in the past.
Just curious where he's going to break.
He won't.
Quite low, about 150.
There you go. Well, from a standing start, reasonable. There's that super quiet hybrid. Got his wing tilted down a little bit, actually. Doesn't look like he's running much downforce on that one today. So maybe trying to use a little bit more mechanical grip. And we've got the Grand Sport out and away as well. But yeah, the one thing I'm a little surprised about is that E-Ray, the arrow on that looked very much turned down. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he thinks that it'll produce too much understeer for him as he's going around here. This is a little bit more of an autocross type circuit. It's, it's a technical track, but it's very straightforward, good sight lines. But yeah, I'm wondering if he thinks that'll generate too much push. And won't have the opportunity to really utilize it. Andrew flying through with a 129, so not bad at all. Followed by Team Rumspringa with a 128.8. Not often that we see that car outperform the Tesla, but certainly happening here on the outlap, which is very interesting because that Tesla with the all-wheel drive, you'd think it had the advantage off the line, but clearly run very well here. And then the On the Ledge Racing M4 with a 131.4, so wants to certainly find some speed here. With the E-Ray coming up next. E-Ray with a 130, so a little faster than the On the Ledge. I don't think we'll see a catch, but certainly gaining a bit. Daryl Norman with Dialed Automotive is checking in as the Grand Sport pulls a 132.1 stock vehicle there. Daryl Norman has FOMO. How do you say that in Chinese? Because isn't that where you were instead of being here?
Here's our Tesla.
Yeah, here's PGR coming across the last couple of corners. Doing his 180. Woo! Getting a little
Little
slippy there.
loose, not bad.
Yep. Running across for 129.8, so actually gaining a tenth of a second that lap, but very consistent. Let's see what Team Rumspringa has because they are reeling in the Tesla rapidly. So that is a 127. They lost a second there, so that is phenomenal. So he is certainly gaining on that Tesla. We have
And
that
he's
auto
definitely
ledge.
pulling on the M4, I believe.
Oh yeah. Yep. Well, let's see what the M4 is. He was running 131 last lap. He's at a 130 now, so finding a second there, which is certainly helpful, followed by the E-Ray. E-Ray looks to be closing the gap a little bit. He ran the 130 last lap. This lap, the E-Ray comes around with a 130. So finding 3/10 of a second there. Followed by the Grand Sport, that stock Grand Sport from Michelin. Michelin and BFG, obviously very big supporters of the event, along with Bridgestone, providing some sets of tires. Rock 8's Memorial Fund auction, and
Picked up a
he
second
picked
and a
up,
half.
yeah, second and a half on that one. So that's fantastic.
Yeah, he was definitely a little cleaner coming out of the 180, and
I like how the
last
Tesla
time
has
around
its
he
turn
came around the
signal on.
180, he had a little bit of wheel spin.
Yep, I
This
like
time he
how
was
the Team PGR had its turn signal on going through 6 and 7 there.
That's why he's slower because he's burning up more energy.
There you go. That's probably it. Coming down, running across the start finish, running a 130, a little bit slower, gaining 0.2 of a second here as Team Rumspringa comes around to the front straight to knock off a 128. So a little bit slower on that one, picked up 0.5 of a second.
Yep.
With pulling quite a bit of time out on the Ledge Racing M4. On the Ledge Racing coming around with a 130.8, so gaining about 0.5 of a second. And then that E-Ray coming across the line certainly looks like closing the gap down a little bit with another 130.5. So within 0.1 of a second from his previous lap, very consistent driving. 130s across the board from the first lap all the way through the last lap. Well done, them. Daryl Barry is just wonderful.
Who's Barry?
I don't know. Darnell was asking. We got a
Barry's dead.
131.5. Barry doesn't exist if Darnell's not here, I guess.
That's right.
It's a figment of his
We
imagination.
have launched Barry into the shadow realm.
Yeah, well, I don't even know what that is. Pretty much. So, yeah, we are back in our control room here as they're doing the cool down. So You can see proof of life of Brian. There you go. So, a pretty good start so far. So, provisionally, we've got, let's take a look here. What do we have?
Oh, we'll get it right here.
Oh, you got there. Okay,
Yeah, look at
great.
there.
Look at that. So, provisionally, we have Quality Time Racing taking first with Rumspringa in second. So, not bad, clawing it back with that Evora pulling into third and that Tesla hanging out in fourth. I like how they don't have a team name this year.
It's just still Team PGR.
I know.
That's just
Well,
that's what I know. But
Alrighty, so we have the next batch of cars. Oh, no, not yet. I think they're still waiting for
Yep.
turn 3.
Yeah, they just sent the first one out of the next batch.
Okay.
but our top 10 after yesterday's event.
Yeah.
We've got Quality Time currently at 2,325 points.
Wow.
PGR in second,
That's pretty impressive.
2250.
Mhm.
So 75 points back, and Toyota PE in the Supra.
And they didn't help themselves today.
No, they
So,
didn't, because
that 5-point difference between them and Rumspringa, they might have seeded third place.
Yes, because they're currently provisionally sitting seventh
Yeah.
with that 434.3 that they ran over the 3 laps.
Yep.
And even the Evora could easily leapfrog.
It could, because it's tight.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're looking at
here.
about 80 points. So if the Evora has a great afternoon
Yeah.
and can get past Toyota in the afternoon session,
Yep.
um,
That'll certainly make a difference in the overall.
I'd have a 2-position swing.
Yep. And first up here for this group, we've got Randy in that Lucid Air Sapphire, $240 some odd thousand vehicle. And we were talking about this yesterday with Scotty, who actually owns one, who was docking with that one yesterday. Not Scotty,
Oh
but
my.
Scotty's car. And
My.
yeah, so we'll talk about that in a little bit because we've learned a bit more about that. And I was talking with Jason about some things too. Behind them, we've got that Kentucky Boys Corvette, and then behind that, Rob in the Parts Farm Porsche. Then Alien Chicken, followed by Mark's favorite M2.
The worst
Yes.
case scenario.
Worst case scenario is for your bank account if you buy everything that is on that car from Bimmer World. That is. So we've got a super quiet Kentucky Boys Corvette out in the way.
Huh?
Wah.
Wah.
Rob taking off, got his arrow working right now, which is wonderful.
So we were talking to Rob earlier this morning, and he's starting to feel better and he's real comfortable here. So hopefully we'll see it.
Yep. And of course, Dialed Automotive just texted me, letting me know that he is still down for the Brock Ace Memorial Fund to put in a door-to-door transport for anywhere in the continental United States and maybe even Mexico. Depends if he wants to head down there. So, and I'll have a chance to come out to the West Coast if he so would like in October. So we're going to talk about that today because that ad is out as well now. That's going to be in Sports Magazine and some other places. Oh, Andrew, how you doing? Come say hi to us.
Come talk to us for a minute, Andy. Come on, Andrew.
So, Andrew, I have a photo of your car. And it's very interesting because it looks like you've been trying to hide in the grass here.
I was trying to be sneaky.
So what happened?
I don't know what turn it is. 3, 4. The high speed right hander. Got out in the ragweed or whatever that is, and it packed
The alfalfa.
the whole. Every cooler completely plugged up right now.
So is that where you backed it down for a little bit? Lap 2 and 3 there?
I didn't back it down. The car backed down. It started pulling, climbing out of it.
Okay.
How bad did your temperatures get up to?
I couldn't see my intake air temps were fine, but my engine temp must have been high. The dash gauge didn't show hot, but it was cooling power, so it must have been high enough. I need to look at the log.
We lost about a second there each lap there, so
Yeah.
Yep.
I was at least 3 seconds on that last lap. Thank you.
Do better this
I need
afternoon.
to find a shop vac. You know what?
So anybody with a shop vac in the area, come feel free to find Toyota PE and help Andrew take care of their agricultural work. All right, Mark, what have we missed? So it looks like everybody's in the 33s to a 35 right now.
Yeah, looks like everyone's kind of almost maintaining gaps. At first, I thought maybe Kentucky boys were catching Randy, but that looks to have stabilized.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's been very well behaved.
Well, the Kentucky boys were only 2/10 faster, so Randy comes across and he found a second on that lap. And the Kentucky boys staying within 3/10 of Randy on that one.
Here comes Rob in the Parts Farm Porsche.
Rob Hall in the mail doing a 132.7. So, Mark, if you could turn the volume down a little bit, or I can run out the AirPods to you, the earpods. We're getting a lot of echo.
Okay.
Echo.
Oh, that alien chicken there doing a 131.3. No, we can still hear ourselves. So I don't know why that's just all of a sudden started. It's strange.
I have it so I can't hear you, but is that better?
Let's see. Nope. For some reason.
It might not be me.
It might not be you then. I don't know who it would be. Let's see here.
What's this do? That do anything?
Nope.
Who are you looking for, Jim? Yeah.
It's got to be that one because I see the sound level. This works now? Nope. I tried using echo cancellation.
What you wearing?
Yeah, it's definitely you because I just muted you and that seems to have gone away. So I'm going to run out the earpods to you and you can use those and that should solve this.
All right. Sorry about that, guys.
I'll be back.
So while he's running out to take those earbuds to Mark, that last group, the Lucid ran a 438.1 for its 4 laps. The Kentucky boys in their Corvette was a 438.2. The Alien Chicken at a 436.6. The M2 at a 439.7. And the Parts Farm 911 at a 440.8. And we've got the next group of cars out on track for their sight-in lap, and we'll get those identified as soon as we see them. Looks like first in this group will be Kevin Welsh in his Mustang GTD. Kevin is a member here, so this is his home track. The Smoko Motorsports Corvette will be second, followed by Steve Loudon, the birthday boy, in his Viper. Team Unicorn Porsche Cayman. And Brianna Kroll in the
There we go.
Shadow Buddies Garmin Porsche 911. I think the boys up in the tower have fixed the audio echo.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine, Mark.
All right. So
And
we
I
are
don't hear
back on.
myself. So Kevin down and away in the GTD. We're expecting full send out of Kevin since he has already had the GTD here at Hastings since taking delivery of it late last year.
Yeah, this is a track that we really expect to see Kevin push a little harder on. This is his home track.
Yeah, like I told him at dinner last night, I'm expecting full send, and he goes, "You're probably gonna get it." Brianna away, last car in this group.
Yes, we got to talk to Brianna and JD this morning about kind of her first experience driving on the one lap, competing, and how much she's enjoying it, and how much she really, last year I believe she came and was doing more of the transit driving.
Mm-hmm.
So how she was excited to be on track this year.
Absolutely. And coming across the line, we've got that beautiful GTD. Hi, I'm back. Running a 136.4. So let's see what Kevin does here. This is a track that he knows here. It's part of their guardrail club here, Jeff was telling us. 137.9, so doing better than the Smoko Corvette. So certainly putting down some good times here.
This is birthday boy in the car today.
Yep.
Yes, it is. Steve Loudon, happy birthday. Running a 137.5, so a few tenths faster than the Smoko Corvette.
This is Eric, I believe, today again.
Eric Schemer coming across with a 136.8, so 4 tenths off from the fastest time so far on that opening lap. And then that cruel 911 Turbo S from Garmin entry. That's Brianna driving, I believe.
Yes, it is.
Yep, Brianna doing a 137.7, so very, very good.
And this is
2 tenths
this
off
is also
of
her home track.
Yep, 2 tenths off of Steve Loudon in the Viper, and 2 tenths off of faster than
Smoko.
the Smoko. So go Brianna.
Yeah. She was really excited about being here today.
Well, it shows. She's driving well. Here's Kevin coming around the final bend and getting the power down. I hear that GTD with the wing opening up there and coming across at a 132.5. So no slouch there.
Yeah, almost 4 seconds.
Yep. Finding almost 4 seconds there. And then we've got Smoko. Let's see what they've been able to find on their flying lap. A 135 too. So Kevin doing quite a good job here. Smoke only finding a couple of seconds. with Steve Loudon seemingly getting pretty good here with a 135.0, so a couple tenths faster, but matching Smoko for the most part, keeping that gap relatively the same. And then we've got Eric with a 135.6.
He pulled 1.2 out of that lap.
Yeah, this group being fairly consistent, so certainly a well-seated group. The outlier here is certainly Kevin, it seems, as Brianna comes across with a 136.3, so certainly within that delta. Finding a little over a
We got
second,
Kevin.
second and a half.
Coming through the windies here. This is a tight technical part of the track. It's tough for the heavy cars, but we see him handling it quite well in the GTD.
Oh yeah. Grabbing a gear, popping it down, and floating through the corner. Here I'm starting to power down and jump on that throttle, Kevin. There we go. With a 132.9, so gained a few tenths on that one. But that'll finish him off with a 442. And then we've got that Corvette, Smoko Motorsports. Coming across the line with a 134 too, so finding a second there. And let's see what Steve is able to do. Does he match him on this lap? Is it a happy birthday? He gained about 7/10 of a second on that lap, so not quite. And then we've got Eric Schiemer coming across the line at a 135.5, so finding a little bit of time there, a tenth of a second.
Yep.
Oh, we have
Brianna.
Brianna taking a little bit of the agricultural line.
And a cone.
And a cone.
That was she's gonna need a new seat cover.
That's okay. But you know what? It hurt her a little bit. 3 seconds.
Woo! That was sketch.
So, you know what?
Little
It wasn't ideal, but she held it in there. She got it across the finish line, and that's what matters.
Yeah. Yes, she did. It's one of those things come out of the corner, getting on the throttle nice and hard, and the car just decided I don't have any more grip.
Thank you.
But she did well of keeping that out of the inside wall.
Kind of one cone laying down. Is it on the track or is it in the concrete area between the track and pit road? I think it's off track.
Ambulance, can you see that?
3 cones.
Those 2 cones off track.
Yep, we got a few cones down.
Let's see.
They're all off the track. They're still like in the line.
Okay, I see they're not impeding anybody on the pit end. So as long as they're not going to impede.
It's a little bit of an agricultural outing. Harvesting some alfalfa here in Hastings, Nebraska.
Five cars on track. Car numbers 4916 28 39 48.
Second cone that's laying down. It looks like it's in the
Last car is pitted.
Mark, does it look like that cone's in the middle of the track from where you are?
No, it does appear to be just off the left side of the track, more in the kind of the triangle zone between pit in and the track.
Okay.
There you go. Sounds good. That answers it.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, we heard you.
Gotcha.
I think we're going to be good. And it's pointing towards the track, so bonus, right?
Can you guys hear me?
Oh yeah, we can hear you loud and clear. Yeah, Mark, we can hear you loud and clear.
Hello?
I don't think you can hear us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I can now. I didn't know if you responded before. I could not. Okay.
What'd you do? Turn your hearing aid off?
Huh?
Yeah.
All right, next we've got another lawnmower about to head out on track.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Kubota. I mean the Lotus Dad Bod Car Mod.
Followed up by some bitch.
Yep. Mike Babcock at the wheel this
And the
morning.
band. Yep. And then we got Killer Whale.
And
Mike Babcock behind the wheel today.
Yep.
That's such an angry little car.
It is. The Cessna edition, as Brian calls it.
Yep. Colonel Hodges in the Killer Whale Racing Camaro.
The only one that actually should be taking off.
Yep.
Not the most aggressive of starts, but out in the way. Let's see if he picks up the momentum throughout the lap.
Minus 50 Mark John. And rounding out this group, the two dads, one Camaro.
Mm-hmm. Whee! Oh, wait, we've got Mike actually on track, right? So we can put him on here, but I think his camera is not facing anywhere where we need it to. He has the wrong camera selected. So we can see his wing working, so we can see the active arrow and the headliner.
We got Dad Bod Car Mod coming at us already.
Yeah. Well, we do have a plethora of interesting video angles here, and that is one.
Here we see the Bandit coming in. Whoa, yes. Using all of the track, and then maybe a touch more.
Well, he ran a 135.4, so certainly doing well, at least from the back we can see. And then James Hodges with a 136.3, so splitting the difference between the first two across the line. And the 50-point Mark John coming across the line at a 138.7. Is the worst case scenario still playing? Yes, they were out running already.
Yep. They ran in the second run group, I believe.
Yes, they did. And the two dads, one Camaro running a 142.5, so not the fastest of the group, but getting around just okay.
And the M2 is currently sitting 12th provisionally, and they ran a 439.7 in their 3-lap morning session.
There you go. Mike, you using all those tires up as he goes around. Trying to close up on the Elise there. Looks like he's doing a pretty good job. He had 2 seconds.
Definitely looks like he's closing in.
Yep. And
He's using all of that exit curve.
Dad Bod Car Mod coming across with the 135, so they were able to lose a couple of seconds. And let's see what Mikey was able to lose as he hustles on down across the line. At a 133, so he lost 2 seconds as well. So certainly is closing the gap by 4 seconds total now to the Dad Bod Car Mod. As we have James Hodges across the line at a 133, so finding nearly 3 seconds on that one, 2.5. So he's certainly finding some good time, running at the same time as pretty much Babcock right now. Oh, look, his camera's moving a little bit. We can see more of the rear. And then we've got Mark John coming across the line at 135.9, so finding almost 3 seconds, 2.8. And then we have the two dads, one Camaro.
Is he talking to himself?
I don't know. Maybe he's yelling at himself, but whatever he's doing, he's working. At a 139.9, so almost a 130. Yeah, almost a 139. So finding a few seconds there. And well, now we can see more of the track, so that's lovely.
We got Dad Bod Car Mod coming back in for the final time through.
Yeah, looks like
Mikey right behind us.
Yeah, he seems to be about the same. I think he actually may have may have gained a half a second. We'll see here. Dad Bod Car Mod coming across for a 135.3. So yeah, he picked up the 2/10. tenths. And then Mike coming across with a 134.6. So yeah, a little bit slower. So yep, pretty much evened out there. So about a second, 1.1 seconds slower. Probably because of the camera angle. But James, 134.1. So everybody got a little
3 tenths.
slower
Well,
that.
2 tenths, really.
Everybody got a little slower that
Yep,
lap
they did.
for some reason.
I could really hear the tire chatter from Mikey and the Bandit as he was coming around these last few corners. He was definitely trying to get more out of it, but the tires just weren't having it.
Could have started over driving, but Mark John, picking up a second there as well. So 9/10 of a second. Let's see if Two Dads One Camaro improves.
Now when you can hear him, he was trying to pick up the throttle.
Two Dads One
He was
Camaro.
trying to pick up the throttle a little earlier, and you could hear the traction control just starting to kick in on him.
Well, he did. He's the only one who found any time there. So losing a 10th on that lap, so did well.
It's like he's talking on the phone. He's got CarPlay hooked up. He's making the call.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Mikey. It's been an interesting view. It's certainly a unique one that we haven't seen before. But, yep, not bad at all. That's a lovely headliner, too. Make sure it doesn't get sticky later today.
So, Solomon, you'll be glad to know that if your AirPod falls from about, 20 so feet, it still works.
Oh, that's it's good to know.
Yeah. It fell out of my ear and oops. But it's back. It's back.
There you go.
Ion. Wave hi to your people, Ion. He's in his natural habitat.
So that is Ion, otherwise known as Brian Shaw, the gentleman who's been doing all of our daily update videos, doing a great job. So if you have the need for any videography, be sure to check him out, support him, as he's doing a heck of a good job trying to bring you all the interesting interviews, updates, and really cool camera shots from this event.
Yeah, poor Brian is behind the scenes on most of this stuff and doesn't so we don't get to see him or talk to him as much. But he's the one making all the pretty parts.
Yep. From the time we get in the car, from our transits to the time that we get there, he's, doing a heck of a good job in the back seat of our minivan, hard at work, editing everything while the world around him is moving at, of course, the speed limit. And
yes,
I give him lots of credit for
always.
that. Yep, because he doesn't
Safety
yak all
third.
over the place.
Somehow. Yeah, so that's the thing that people don't see, right? Like you just see all these videos. Well, shooting it is maybe a tenth of the work.
Yep.
All right. Next group is cycling around.
Yep.
So we got the Blackwing.
Yeah, the Bridgestone Blackwing on those RE71 RZs.
Yep. That's followed by Andy Hollis, or looks like that's maybe Tom. No, it's Andy.
No,
I
'cause
saw
you
him in
could
the
see, you
suit.
could see Andy out along the fence if it was.
Yep. And I believe they are running the exact same tire as the Blackwing.
Mm-hmm.
Then the RCF, F is for fun, Lexus. The Isu Hachi Roku.
Or as we call it, the K-pop.
The K-pop 86. And then the Toyota PE Motorsports 86.
Let's see if they can get around without doing some alfalfa collection today.
Well,
it is. If you get out in that yellow stuff, it's deep.
Oh yeah.
Well, their head landscaper is still in Kentucky working.
Yep.
So
probably sharpening the lawnmower blades from the trophy he won last year.
Yep.
That little Tykes lawnmower.
So I was told that little Tykes lawnmower actually made it into the Toyota PE trophy case
That is
at
outstanding.
Georgetown.
That is outstanding. Oh,
Well, here we
that's
have the Blackwing coming into view here on the backside,
yeah.
heading towards us,
Well, it's
managing
nice.
the tight section of the track.
Leaning on those
Bridgestones.
Bridgestones.
We
Got a
heard
little
a
hop
little
on the
traction
curbing.
control kick in.
Yep. Well, he hopped up on that exit curbing there, and that probably unsettled the car a bit. He comes around using all that runoff area, getting the car pointed in the right direction. We're gonna go 138.8, and Andy coming around. This is a track that Andy knows well. This is pretty much right up his alley, just pretty much being a rather large autocross course. So one that he, I'm sure, gravitates toward. Andy coming across with 139.8. And that F is for fun. Ooh, wow. That K-pop is certainly closing up on him.
Yes, they are. They're moving.
Yeah. So F is for fun with a 142.2. I'm gonna say he's probably that K-pop car's we gotta be at least 3 seconds faster.
For
With a
sure.
136.7, a lot more than 3 seconds faster.
Hey,
That's moving.
wow.
All in the mail. I mean, that was what we saw quite a few of the more powerful cars running in the previous sessions. So
And
yeah.
2 seconds faster than the Blackwing.
Yeah. And let's see what the Toyota with the 141, so quite a bit faster than Team Toyota doing here. Toyota PE.
Little
See
someone
a
must have
little bit
clipped
of
the dirt over there.
that was our K-pop using up all the exit there.
Yeah, just doing little car things.
It's okay. Just grabbing a little bit off the curbing.
Whoa. Blackwing went a little wide in that corner. It was tough catch. Once you go wide in that first corner entering
Oh,
that section, it's
yeah.
kind of tough catching up.
Yep. It hurts your whole setup for that entry for your final corner. Wow, using up a whole lot of that exit again. Probably going to be about 2 seconds faster, I'm going to say. Yep, a second faster with a 137, nearly 2 seconds. And then let's see what Andy pulls out in that Elantra.
If he carried a little more speed this time coming out of the 180.
Yep, finds a couple seconds there with a 137.4 as opposed to 139.8.
I think K-pop is going to reel in F's for fun
I
and
think
make a pass on
that's
this lap.
I think that's probably accurate. Yeah, both on the front straight there. Yeah, with the 134.7 for K-pop as opposed to that RCF with the 140. So still 6 seconds a lap. I think there will definitely be a pass by about turn 4. They
Yeah, we
are.
might be able to see it.
I think. Well, I mean, I think you can. We're in Nebraska and it's fairly flat.
Well, I can see my
Well,
house from here.
Yeah.
they're,
So
they're in the
PE
section of the track that goes behind the buildings that I can't see.
running a 137 Toyota PE. So gaining a good bit of time there, or losing a good bit of time, I
F
should
is
say.
for fun. Stretch that out a little bit on the back straight there. They're slowing her down and heading back into view here. Here comes
Caddy
the
is digging
Blackwing.
into.
Was a bit more settled this time through there. Didn't go quite as wide.
And Caddy winding itself up with a 137.2, so just gaining 0.2 of a second. With Andy coming around.
We have K-pop all over the F-type.
Oh, yeah, look at that. We see him over in the
Here we
background
go. I
there.
got to come back. We're going to get a pass here.
There we go. On the outside trying. I think, yeah, there we go.
Took
Lets
it.
him through. Nicely done. Well done. F is for fun.
Yes.
Thank you. That was a clean pass. Didn't hurt anybody.
Class act. Good job.
Yep, absolutely. Well done. And then coming across the line at a 136.7, so picking up 2 seconds, while the RCF only gains 0.3, but certainly closed down on it, probably held up a little bit trying to pass, but well done. Well done, well done. And then Toyota PE. And that PE 86. with a 138, 305, so gaining a second.
You know, in the past, we've seen some really exciting passes here, and then in the last carousel there, I remember in 2019 that Marcus Luttrell did a little
Mm-hmm.
inside pass there in the rain,
Yep. And
and the car got back around Marcus, and he said, "You know what? I'm just going to go around the outside in the last corner," and made it stick.
Yep. That car saw a lot of off-roading that year.
Uh, Yes,
But it
it
was easy
did.
to drive, so I guess it's kind of used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a track, my very first track event for the one lap on my M4 in 24, and I had caught the car ahead of me on the last lap, kind of like K-pop did, but I chose to just kind of play a conservative and follow him back through, and was immediately greeted with Solomon going, "Great job, and why didn't you pass him, you idiot?"
It sounds like something I'd say.
Pretty much.
You remember my advice to you first time I think we met back in 2012, I think was it? And or
13.
2014. Yeah, 13 out at Watkins Glen. And you know, I was instructing you. And we go out and what was the one thing that I kept saying?
6158.
There was a lot of things you kept saying, but one of them I can't say on air.
The main thing was don't touch that brake. Don't you dare touch
Yeah,
that brake.
yeah, yeah. It's funny because I grew up kind of out in the country, and we're always doing stupid things with cars, and lots of snow. So car control wasn't. Albeit I'm not an expert at it, but not horrible at it. But I knew that I didn't know anything about driving on track, so that was a good thing because I was there in a stage 3 Roush that was brand new.
Yep.
And so, which had all of the torques and horsepowers, especially for back then. I knew I didn't know anything, so I was like, luckily I had a good coach to keep it out of the jingweed and give you enough confidence to go harder to teach you that stuff. So
And this is one of the things that personally I love about motorsport, especially having coached quite a few people, is that now fast forward many, many years later, we get to run around
right,
the country. I get to do so with some of my best friends, and it's a whole lot of fun. So yeah.
yeah, it is. It's fantastic, and to this day, I'm still, albeit I've kind of hung up my competitive racing suit, just for the fact of just
You can't fit in it.
seeing. Actually, I can.
Actually,
I fit in it a
he's
little bit.
better now. Mark's been running like a beast. Or right before
Yeah,
we
yeah,
came out here, what was it the day before you did like 12 miles or 11 some miles? You're like walking through
yeah.
the airport, ow, ow,
Yeah, I do fit in it better now than I have, albeit I'm still not a horse jockey by any means, but it is what it is. But no, I've kind of hung up the competitive part just for the fact that sometimes I find myself not having as much fun. But as I was telling some people earlier, I never want to miss a one lap because it's just fun. You get to hang out with your friends, especially car community family for 7 days and do stupid things and tell stories, and it's you just have to do it.
ow.
And of course, there's always Brockerisms.
Mm. Well, there are so many. And if you've been watching our daily update videos, make sure you watch all the way to the end. Um, because over the past couple of days, we've had Brock give us a few of those on camera. And they are certainly worth checking out. So if you don't want to watch the whole thing, which you should anyhow, shame on you for not doing it. But if you don't watch the whole thing, at least fast forward to the end and help our metrics by watching it a bunch of times. And just catch those Brockisms because they're certainly worthwhile.
Yeah, yeah, he's always good for some sort of comment that makes you cringe and laugh all at once.
Yep. So out on track for this group, we have the "Don't Hate Me, I'm Because I'm a Little Cooler" Cayman S. We got the Tennessee boys in their Mustang. We have the
They are
Hayford
wheeling that thing
Racing.
through the S's.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, they are. Have the Hayford Racing Mustang out of Minnesota. Then we got Mike Weisling and Brian Johnson in the Exige. And Ray Guerrero in his 2025 Hyundai Alpine RGT Elantra A110 Plus.
Yep, and of course that Exige, a candidate for the Lawnmower Award this year.
Yep.
So we got Toyota
Yes.
P back in the running for the Lawnmower Award. I think they've collected the most so far, but he was a close
Well, I
second.
think I think Toyota saw the good work that these guys did, and he's trying to do it again. That these guys did yesterday, and Toyota said, "Yeah, well, hold my dandelions, watch this."
And of course, that Lotus having a Toyota power plant.
So
Right.
theoretically,
Yep, they could have a twofer in here.
yeah. And of course, Toyota last year's landscaping champion.
Mm-hmm. Going for a repeat this year. They've certainly
Yeah,
collected the most alfalfa.
they have definitely bailed the most hay so far this year.
Yeah, I think you can make a round bale off of what came off the splitter of the Super earlier.
When you need
Yeah,
a shop vac to clear out your radiator, that's probably.
And I missed part of that. So, was there any damage to the car other than he just got grass over it and it got hot?
No,
Just
damaged.
plugged up the coolers.
Perfect. Love to hear that.
Yep. I think what you saw leaking
I'm gonna-
out was a little bit of pee.
Could be. I gotta catch. We'll see if this number 15 Mustang sends it through here like he did last time. He was, yeah,
A little
he's
more composed.
He's not, yeah, a little more composed, but he's leaning on it pretty hard, and I love watching this car go. They do really well in this car,
Yep. The Cayman
especially
is
in this platform.
that last lap. The Cayman was 1.8 faster. The Tennessee boys 1.1 faster, running a 40.4 to their last lap, 41.6. Hayford Racing picking up 4.1 seconds. The Exige picking up almost 3 seconds. And now we're just waiting on the Hyundai Elantra come around to complete its second lap. And they improved down to a 140.8. So everybody's now on their final lap for their morning session.
I think this year we should have the Baylor Racing Award. So whoever bales the most hay. Hayden is using all of the curvings.
And the Cayman across the line losing a bit of time, 138.2 on that final lap. Tennessee boys next across the line, a 139.6, so they picked up 8/10 from lap 2. See if Hayford Racing improved over laps 2 and 3, which down to a 138.4, so they picked up a 1.3 off of lap 2. The Exige losing 2/10 there. And here comes the Elantra across the line at a 41.379, so they added about half a second to their previous lap.
I'm shocked to see the lap times kind of not get faster every lap. It's we got a little bit of overcast. It's cool temps.
Well, you also
maybe
don't know
on the
how hard these guys might be overdriving a little bit on their second lap.
well that's exactly what I was just gonna say is the first 2 laps they're starting to get comfortable. The third lap is okay. I'm really gonna send it now, and they go just a touch over in a section or two, and that's gonna cost you.
Mm-hmm.
Which, like I was saying, kind of where the 50 Mustang just came through, that corner there will invite you because you're in a pretty quick run coming up through to get to that corner, and the way it looks when you're turning into it looks nice and open and carry a lot of speed, but it closes up on you pretty quick and does invite you to overdrive it.
Five cars on track. Car numbers 2044.
We got the next group coming out.
43.
And guys, earlier this morning, I did see the Griswold station wagon pull into the parking lot.
Yep, I believe that. Oh, you saw them or you didn't see them?
No, I did. They pulled into the parking lot this
okay,
morning.
Cool. Oh, great! So they were able to mend the rear there.
Now I don't know if they're just here to say hi or if they're going to run it again. It'll be great to see that car back on track.
Yep. Well, if they do, it'll be the all remaining cars, so it'll be the last group that we have going out, along with the Vatican.
Right. Well, I mean that's pretty much that car goes anyway. Almost makes me one of these years want to bring the mongoose.
I think it should.
That poor old car.
You just gotta wear a Huggy Bear outfit the whole time and make it happen.
It would be the most comfortable transit.
It would be the best transit ever, and in fact, it probably has more space than our minivan in some places. Okay, so we have
Put
a
your
swap. It
man
looks
in
like
the
on
trunk.
the front straight. I'm just gonna memorialize this. We have a swap on the front straight to start. So 27 has passed the 44 for the start.
Yep. So we have 20, 27, 44. I cannot see. Well, you can see
We've
it.
got 6-7, the Whalen.
No.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, not Whalen.
Yep.
Bill and Ted, Bob and Ted, whatever. I'm gonna call them. They're Bill and Ted. His name's Bill now. We've changed his name. He's Bill.
Yep.
It makes it easier for us. And then followed by 43.
The off-leash lap dogs.
Mm-hmm.
So the Wayland Corvette taking off.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be followed by the Thompson Thornton Law Firm entry.
If you're at a racetrack and have run over some alfalfa, call us. You may be entitled to compensation.
Oops. Missed the shift.
I hit a cone and it caused me to wreck. I called Thompson and Thornton and they got me my check.
I hit a cone and it cost me 5 seconds. I called them and I only had 3 seconds. They reduced the penalty. Oh. Rolling, 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 rolling docks.
Rolling.
So.
We are idiots.com. Here's our hot hatch. A little wide, not bad.
There's that bird.
Yeah, we've got that Toyota PE Motorsports coming around. And coming around the front.
Here we go.
A few moments later.
Whoa, we got.
There we go.
Hey-o.
That was a bit of a tank slapper.
Stayed on track
And
there.
I was just getting ready to say that he was catching. And now the only thing he's going to be catching is the Charmin truck.
He can just go see Rob to get some Charmin Green.
He's only got a little bit
Yeah,
left.
Charmin Green. He's going to need more than one square.
Yep.
Oh shit, not good.
That's funny because that's exactly
Sri
what I was
Patel
thinking.
checking in this morning.
Oh, man.
Woo! I was going to walk around the track, but this might be the best spot to...
I think you got a good spot there. And it's a lovely day
Yeah.
today, so it's, nice to be outside. We're in here, got our setup, but If it were warmer, we would have set up right down there with y'all, but it's not.
It's really not. It's really not cold. It's going to be, I think, a high of 60 today. It's
Yeah.
if you're from upstate New York, this is just shy of thong weather.
Yep. But for us, it's good here because we got all the power to run our Starlink and our mission control here. So, unfortunately,
True.
necessary. Here we go. So, even with that tank slapper, Whalen's still the fastest by almost 2 seconds.
Really? Well,
Yep.
let's watch him this time.
Let's see what
Let's
happens
see if
now.
he a little bit more calm.
He did it. Alrighty. That
He definitely
GR.
decided he wasn't.
Yeah, go ahead.
He definitely decided he wasn't doing that again.
No. That GR Corolla finding a couple seconds there, and Whalen. Yep, there we go. Finding a second and a half there. And then we've got the law firm being very distinguished through the corners. Popping. Fine. I didn't hear him pop down a gear. Maybe just waiting.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't hear it either.
He's got plenty of the torques, but he, found 3 seconds on that one.
He objects to unnecessary gear changes.
This is true. Gearbox tampering, Your Honor. All right, 143.
That's a whole different episode.
Yep, that is. It's
That'll go in the docking episode.
When is James in the ZL1? You missed it. James was out quite a ways back. Did very well.
Yeah.
Well, so you got to tune in earlier, Colson.
Let's see.
He was out in the beginning of our coverage. He was like group 3 or 4.
Yeah, he's in the third group, I think.
Yep. He is currently, for this group, 17th overall provisionally in this run group. And he ran a 444.3.
Last time through here.
And Toyota running a 139.050, so consistent. Yeah, very consistent. Actually, finding a few hundreds.
400s on that, almost.
And then Whalen coming across with 138.1. There we go, finding a second there. Very nice.
Giving us a little flash of the lights saying hi and bye as he goes through.
There we go. And then the why bother with the transmission?
The law firm.
Yep. Got the law firm coming across the line to rest its case.
Hey-o.
Sean Yoder. Is that the Sean Yoder? Is that our buddy who was running in the Charger?
Probably.
I hope so. Sean, we really miss you, buddy. I enjoyed, I really enjoyed hanging out with Sean. Cool guy.
Oh, Corvette's fixed taillight.
Well, yeah, his swinging taillight didn't quite help him this time. Got a little bit slower.
He fixed it. Now we
fixed
got to take his pineapple off.
We just have to turn it right side up.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
It is the same Sean Yoder.
Yeah.
Sean, what's going on, buddy?
I
Miss you out here,
believe.
brother. You believe? What do you believe?
I believe.
I believe too, Brian.
The Porsche may have blown the black flag. I mean,
black flag? No, he was just
blown the checkered flag. He just got the checkered?
I don't believe so. Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's finished winning. He was the last one.
Now he's just doing his cool down lap.
Yeah.
Okay. He just.
Brian, you just sit in there.
Nobody
and
cares
look
about
pretty.
your beliefs, Brian. We deal with facts. That's what we deal with here.
I thought they were behind the Toyota.
How many of us are there?
Number one,
we don't have
you thinking.
any Dodge people here this year, and there's no Challenger or Chargers.
I think the only Dodge product here
none
is
of that
the
this year.
Viper.
Yeah, it's Steve Loudon in the Viper, and
Yeah, that.
That's
in our minivan.
In our minivan.
And our minivan. Well, we have a Crossfire.
Oh, yeah.
We have a Crossfire.
Oh, yes.
Roberts.
Yes.
Yep. But we don't have a Sean Yoder.
Or a David Carr.
That's right.
Yeah, David's been on many one laps, and it's shocking not to see him this year.
Yep. I'm deeply offended. He says, wishing he was driving himself into the land of deliriously exhausted silly right about now. So do we.
Yeah, that's what we'll be tonight by the time we
Yes.
get to
Yep.
our
We've got about
destination.
680 miles to do tonight on our way to Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, to bring you some fun coverage for tomorrow at Road America. That should be great. And I think we have some guests lined up for tomorrow as well.
Do we?
We do.
Nice.
Somebody who was just
Rhoda,
racing there, in fact.
Do we?
I
We
think
do.
this is that track is the only track I've not driven on yet.
Oh, it's a doozy.
Maybe I'll take
They
the
joining us
minivan
by
out during
phone
lunch.
or live in the flesh?
Well, no, not live on the live.
Oh, boo.
Well, I mean, it's he's not close. Whee. Thank you, Sean. We are going to try and have fun. You as well, buddy. Take care.
Yes, he's probably already signed a waiver, but we'll defer that to Jeff. So,
So next group, we got Jim Bob in his C8,
I see 8.
and then
Oh boy,
Acura, another car running the
he's lining up.
RH71 RZs.
He gave himself a little bit of a disadvantage here. Our number 45 C8 kind of lined up deep into the staging lane, I'll call it.
Mm-hmm.
We got the Zakukas
Won't have.
brothers.
I think we got Howard's. Oh no, that is not Howard's car. I
Nope,
apologize.
that's the Zakukas brothers from Nebraska.
There's that.
Ed Gliss in the M3 lightweight.
Lightweight.
Mm-hmm. With BFG, I think he's on those rival pluses.
Plus.
Yep.
Thanks for the assist yesterday on that, TJ.
Yep. That was 2 days ago, believe it or not. At this point,
Was it?
it was 2 days ago. Yep. The Hallets. Sitting here actually pretty happy we didn't bring the EV with the Transits you guys have this year. We wouldn't have slept at all. You know, and that brings up a good point. And we were actually talking about this with the Lucid, so we can talk about this a little bit. You know, Randy and Jason pulled in about good 3 hours after everybody else did yesterday. And I think that's just one of the things that you have to take into account. So while there are certain advantages to an EV, there are certainly some drawbacks. And you know, we took a look at the cost of that car, and one of the things that I've been pondering about and speaking with a few people is the cost of that Lucid Air Sapphire. So that Sapphire is all of 240,000, closer to 250,000 US dollars.
Yeah.
Once you option it all out, fully optioned,
Not Ruples.
which is quite a lot. And you take the Model S, which is a similar car in that segment, and you know you're looking at about 140, 50 with the Plaid, you know, fully loaded, optioned out. And it starts begging the question, since you have to stay at about 70 miles an hour, because after above 70, your range drops a lot.
Yes.
I mean, Randy and Jason saying it just plummets at that point. So, given that you're trying to get the most out of your range and you're running at the same speed, does it make sense to have something that's full self-driving, particularly for these longer transits, if you are going to put yourself in that boat? So, what are the advantages of that Sapphire over, let's say, a Model S with full self-driving? Far from me being
Ed
a
was
Tesla.
using
What's
all of
that,
them.
Mark?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but Ed used every inch of that exit curbing.
Oh, we saw him leaning pretty good running through the last couple of corners too. So
Yep.
this is certainly a good track for that car, actually. Perfectly suited for it. So, you know, going back to sort of the EV, I found out that Scott, the car who was Scott's buddy who was docking with the Sapphire yesterday, it's that version, the Lucid Air, is roughly in the same price point of the Tesla S.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, now you have a little bit more of a comparison. And the I asked Scotty why he chose that. And he says, well, he's got a lot of he got the performance version, but if you get sort of a standard version, you can get over 500 miles out of a charge on that. So it's got the range over the Tesla.
Mm-hmm.
And the interior is a lot nicer. So it's a much more premium upscale feel. I asked him in terms of the layout, is anything different there? He says, no, it's the same as well. So that's the same. So I guess I'm starting to understand a little bit. And wow, watching Ed get through there on those BFG rivals, it's certainly doing a good job there.
Mm-hmm.
That car is
Yeah,
sticky. Let's
yeah,
see.
it's awesome to watch him come through that series of S's right there.
Yeah, let's see what he picks up here now that those tires should be nice and grippy, especially today. 144 versus a 141. So yeah, there you go. Finding a few seconds there.
Actually, almost 4 seconds. About
Yeah.
3.7.
Yep, very nice. So we're starting to understand that a little bit, and as Sean says, does that make the Ionic 5N and the Charger a bargain? Then I guess it does. I mean, but I guess it comes down to range versus what you're looking for, because I think the Charger is certainly a statement, right? So whereas the Model S and the Lucid are a little more executive sedan type of a feel to it, I mean, the Ionic 5N and the Charger are a little bit more of that, and the Charger especially certainly has the name and the history with it.
Mm-hmm.
The Ionic just has a funky name with it, and I think I'm not even sure what I would class that as. It's sort of its own thing. It's a sedan, mid-price
The
Kind of
Corvette
reminds
got
me of an
reeled
Alanis
in.
Morissette song.
sedan, isn't it Ionic?
The number 40 has definitely
you
reeled
think?
the Corvette in on this lap
Well, let's see here.
significantly.
The Acura was running a couple seconds faster. The Corvette very consistent at a 141.7 as opposed to the 141.1, with the Acura coming in at a 139.2. So yeah, certainly faster, 3 seconds or so per lap. And the Zakusai, having run a 141 previously, now running a 143. So actually gaining back the time that they lost on the second lap and back to.
Here's Ed. Ed has reeled him in a little.
Oh, he did. Certainly, because if Ed's running a 141.4, so very consistent in that car, certainly making up the time from the other car. So Sean Yoder saying 500-mile range is where EVs start making sense for everything, though. We averaged about 190 miles between charges last year. If we could have gone 500, we would have actually gotten some sleep. I agree. And you're highlighting exactly one of the challenges of EVs. And look, regardless of what your political stance might be on them, regardless of what your your motor enthusiast, your car enthusiast stance on them might be, the fact of the matter is they're here.
Mm-hmm.
And so taking them on that merit alone, trying to understand the performance advantages, the practical disadvantages, and some of the pragmatic viewpoints of the cars, I think it's just interesting to understand it. Not saying good, bad, or indifferent, but you're choosing to have an experience. So trying to understand the thought process behind it and why you're making that choice. So is it just you want to play with the newest tech and something different? Go for it. That's the beauty of this event. You can absolutely give yourself no sleep if you'd like to hang out at charging stations.
It's funny because Eric and I had almost the exact same conversation, but not even pertaining to electric vehicles. It's just as this week goes on, everyone's always because everyone I think that's never experienced a one lap is used to going to a track day, right? And you wake up either out of your own bed or a familiar hotel room or something. You go to a track that you've been to a lot of times, or maybe it's even your first time on a track. But you go there and throughout the day you learn it more and all the things, and you're fairly well rested, hydrated, all the things. Well, on the one lap, you have pretty much none of that. As the week goes on, your sleep deprivation grows, your maybe hydration levels drop a little. You are, quite frankly, disoriented a bit because you're not really sure where you are half the time. What time is it? What day it is? You're waking up at a new track every single day, and then you're going out and you've got 3 laps to get it done, and sometimes you even forget what track you're at from the first lap to the second lap. So to be able to do well and be as rested as possible is really a big part of the game.
100%. And Sean, bring into the conversation. He doesn't want to sound completely negative, though. We've had an absolute blast and got to see some things during that car cross country that would absolutely not have been seen with an ice cart. 100%, because they put some charging stations in some very interesting areas if they're working. And that's the other half of it, right? Because, we even saw with Randy and Jason that some of the areas that they were supposed to have supercharging, they were only getting 50 watts. So, not.
And that Lucid takes it charges differently, I believe, than many of the other electric vehicles.
Yep. So again,
Which is convenient.
Just all the different variables. And now coming up to the start line, we've got that Austin DBX, followed by a Mini,
Thing's awesome.
by a Toyota GR86. Certainly an interesting and eclectic lineup, followed by a Rowdy. Of course, yesterday, Lucas Pavlik's birthday. Happy birthday, buddy.
And doing really well on the track yesterday.
Doing really well in less than ideal conditions.
Correct.
As we were leaving, he was pulling off track, and woo, look at it! It is hilarious to see how much that Austin squatted getting off the line. I mean, I saw every bit of that front suspension as he took off.
That thing launches.
Yep.
That is awesome.
Yep. The Mini, not so much.
It was a mini launch.
It was a mini launch. Just counting his calories with a mini launch.
Yeah.
Got
a little bit of wheel spin from the GRBZ Scion.
The A, B, C, D, E, F, G, R. Insert coin.
The alphabet soup car.
Yeah, there we go. The insert coin to continue with the Rowdy taking off. Behind.
There goes Rowdy.
Yep.
A little bit of wheel spin.
Yeah, that was a majestic start, if nothing else, for the HRC.
Hey guys, don't look now, but
I hear something pretty loud there.
It's a Butte, Clark.
I can't see. Oh, there it is. The Griswolds are
the
here.
Number 78 Shaggin' Wagon is in the house.
What is behind me right now in the booth? Because I hear something rumbling.
You know what else? That is car 54. Where are you? The Fox Body Mustang.
No kidding. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So that's what I'm hearing. Okay, so Scott Mattis back. All right.
Oh,
so
wait.
That Austin.
Let's pay attention.
Yep,
we have
there's something happening.
We have cars on track here. Focus, Matthijs, focus.
Well, you saw a Mattis, and you were wondering what that was. There you
Well,
go,
I saw a couple of my favorite cars. There's a Fox Body back there, and that old Shaggin' Wagon. I mean, those things are great.
Yep. So the Aston with a 150.4. And the Mini with a 150.3, so within actually within 100.
After that car?
That GR86 with a 144, so pulling 6 seconds.
Ooh.
Let's see what Rowdy does.
Rowdy's on the throttle hard coming out of that corner.
Certainly is with a 148.
Oh, we have HRC.
Yep,
they're trying to pick up their game on the lawn mowing.
Yep,
they're going to have to do better than that. Yeah, they had a couple in the jingweed, but they're going to have to try way harder.
Yeah,
they're not even in competition.
2 off.
If they're trying to get the Baylor Award of the Year, they've got work to do.
Yeah, I mean, not fuck that. If you're going to do it, you may as well just commit.
Yeah, they didn't even try on that one.
Yeah,
kind of disappointed. Here comes that Aston in the view again.
Mm-hmm.
Nice and tidy, actually, around that corner. That thing does so well.
Yeah. I'm kind of hoping we get to do another ride along with Amanda today. That was really good fun.
That was a blast.
That was
Amanda is always good TV.
She is. And she wasn't performing for TV. That is Amanda.
Exactly. Yeah. She didn't change her personality because she's on camera. We changed
Wow, I
camera
think we
because
are
she's
going to
on.
see a
She's
swap
on it.
here between that GR86 and the Mini, without a doubt. The Austin coming in
Oh
close with the
yes.
142nd, finding 3 seconds as we have
Oh, here we
that
go.
Cooper S. Yep, here we go, setting it up for it. It might happen into turn one. I don't know if it'll happen on the front. Here we go.
Oh, he's giving him a point by.
It's a drag
Cooper,
race, but it's a drag
Yeah, the
race.
Cooper. No, the Cooper gave him a point by. Told him he was going to let him go.
Okay, well, the Cooper being very
There we go.
nice.
Into one. Good for him.
141.2 versus a 148. So yeah, 7 seconds faster. 6 seconds on the first lap. So that totally closed the 15-second gap that we usually give between everybody. So yep, that by Carmod doing well on that one.
Yeah, the Cooper is, as soon as he came out of the 180, he had his left hand out the window, giving the point by, letting the GR86 know that he's going to let him go.
Yep. And Sean, yes, others than Honda have competed with the minivan. We had Toyota do that with the Sienna. We had Rutledge Wood in that in 2016, and plus they had one with oh goodness, why can I not remember his name right now? Fairly good driver with the DG spec Sienna that they had built up specifically while Rutledge was in a stock Sienna. So Scott Mattis is joining. He's in the let's bring in Scott so this way you can talk to him. Scott, welcome back, buddy.
Hey, how we doing?
We're doing well. I know Mark is happy to have you here.
Yes. Love
good
that
to see
Fox
you.
body, buddy. Nice work.
Thank you, thank you.
Did you really just have to cut your car off so we can hear? Because I heard you loping in the background behind us. So that just stopped.
I thought I was ordering a Big Mac at the drive-thru, so I had to shut it off.
There you go.
All I heard was Merca in the background.
You might want to turn your phone sideways, Scott, so this way we can see you a little bit
Yeah.
better.
Woo!
There you go. That's better.
GR86 touching some grass off the curving on the exit of the 180.
Yep, that GR86 actually pulled another 2 seconds, so really hauling the mail there with the insert coin to continue. Dad by Carmon doing a 142.3. So pick up.
I tell you what, those cars are fun.
Yes, sir.
Yep. So keep your phone on, Scott. We're going to throw you back in the green room, and then we'll pull you out as you head out on track. All right. So you stay right there, my friend. Don't you go anywhere. There we go. That rumble. The
Sounds of freedom. Fire up. Bald Eagle just flew over.
All the bald eagles flying over. There we go. Got lots going on here. Brian going around trying to get some more people to throw some in cars in today. So we're going to have a great video of Scott out on track. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, he's got all systems go. That car's going to be sporty out there.
That will be rowdy. That's no question about that one.
Yes. Yep.
Is Bandit's going to do in car?
I do not see her out there yet.
Go around and try and get some.
Oh, look now. There's this odd orb in the sky above us. I don't know what it is.
It's that bright.
Can someone Google it?
Yeah, we haven't seen it for a couple days. Scott getting his helmet on, getting ready, and getting all strapped in there. So I think we're gonna.
If you live in upstate New York, you haven't seen it in 6 months.
Yeah. All right, so. Nope.
I'm a little emotional seeing the 78 shaggin' wagon in the pits. I got to be honest.
57597747.
And we can now say, car 54, where are you?
Yep. Here you are.
I believe he's the one that went 4 off.
We don't care. He went 4 off. He continued. It's fine.
Rubber side is down. Things are still shiny.
Yeah.
Non-event. Send it.
Melanie Lee says that it is raining here in upstate New York.
That is my sister. Yeah, of course it's raining in New York, upstate New York, because, well, it's upstate New York. That's what we do there.
Melanie Lee, Mark's sister.
I see Wyan stretching that new hip out there.
Yep.
And if you could hear me right now, he'd be giving me the bird.
Oh, he can hear you. He's hopefully doing some work right now.
I think he can hear me because he's got his phone to his left and he's just kind of waddling down pit road.
Boopity 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 boop. Alrighty, so we got Dad Bod Carmod right behind the
Oh, yeah.
Winged Dynasty Racing.
Hey, we got Howard.
Yep, Howard Beaver the Fever. For those of you that know, you know why he's called that. And then we've got the 77 car followed by the 47 car. We were reliving some of those stories last night when we got back to the hotel after a wonderful Cinco de Mayo dinner with some very good, very close friends last night. A great time. Having some more laughs and conversations and reminiscing when we got back to the hotel lobby, continuing the party there. And that's one of the things. And generally, we try and get to sleep, especially because we've got to be on the ball and out here on time. But certainly, it was one of those nights where it was good to hang out with everybody. Yeah. One of the reasons why we come back and do this year after year after year to spend time with some very good close family.
Absolutely.
77 and 47. Out and a boot. A boot. Well, we've
Gotta
got,
do Miata things.
looks like Scott is getting ready to go out on track. He's got his helmet on. He's got his
Yep.
glasses on. He is gearing up there. So he'll be out soon. Then we'll ride live with him. We'll be watching him, seeing those sunglassed eyes pretty soon. Winged Dynasty Racing. Having a
Watch him
good
pull
old
up through
time
the
here.
S's here.
Yep, having a great old time here, honoring Wendell's memory, and John and Jared having a great time as father and son, and happy to see him out here because last year could have definitely been the last year. So very happy that they're here
Absolutely.
and doing a great job coming through here at a 147. So not being a slouch for them. Got Dad Bod Car Mod in our in the engine, the traveling engine and transmission. And
The
steering
Brotherhood of
wheels.
the Traveling Engines.
Yep, there you go.
Oh, a push to a slight snap loose.
Winding it up a little bit, and I think his Insta 360 may have may have fallen back a little bit. His footage might look a little interesting. It's similar to Mike Babcock's footage. Howard running down here with a 154. Keeping it on track. Howard has been here quite a few times. And
Howard's been everywhere quite a few times.
This is true. And we mean that in every sense of the word. And
Yeah.
and 149 for that BMW 330i and a 148 for the Miata. So second fastest for the Miata.
Not bad. This is
Especially-
a pretty good track for a low horsepower cars.
It is. It's a
light
momentum
cars.
track. It is certainly a momentum track.
Now, the front stretch and part of the back will take some horsepowers, but there's enough of the twisty, tight stuff that the little low horsepower cars can really catch up quite well.
And we do have Amanda dialing in also. Now, I don't know if you can see Mark, but is she in the same group as Scott, or I think she's going to probably go before him, or I can't tell.
I see her down there. I believe she will be the next group out.
So that is actually going to be both of
Ahead
them.
of Scott.
And Scott. So
I think
if they go out at the same time, I have to bring in another camera then. So let me get this ready because we might just go forget the timing on that one. I'm thinking
just go two cars live.
Yeah, well, I'm going to do a little bit different. I'm going to make sure we have everything here. So I'm going to bring up a few views here. So let's make some changes in advance of this. So we can change this, and we're going to do. Oops, Amanda is joining. So we're going to put her in the green room as well, and we're gonna make this.
I think we're going to see a pass here with the 77 BMW on Howard.
Well, it's possible.
He's
So let's go
going to
up
follow
here.
this down.
There we go. So let's get the parts farm cam up there.
That BMW is really on him.
Let's get
Follow this just a touch. Here they go.
Here.
I think the next time we see them, there's going to be a silver car in front of the black car. Nope, not
Oh,
quite.
boy.
Here we go. There it is. The 77 did go past the 69.
Okay. Well, Melody, you got to get back to work. But thanks for hopping in with us today. We appreciate you being here. Got Amanda continually trying to join.
77 and 69.
77 and 69. There we go. They're realizing that. Good luck, Steve and Jonathan with Mazda Motorsports.
69 between.
Like the 57 Camaro here is pulled away from everybody.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's do one more here.
He was definitely the class of the group.
And then let's do one here. There we go. So we can.
Dad Mod Carmod coming through for his last time.
Let's go wide on that one. Let's go wide on this one here. Boop. Let's go wide on this one.
And I think I may have heard a report of the Dad Bod Carmod may have having a spin or an off because the rest of the group here has pretty much caught up to them as they all come across the line for the third time.
Okay. Alrighty.
Howard giving us a wave.
There we go. So we're gonna try and set up our cameras here to be a little bit. So let's go. This one will be Scott. How you doing, Scott? We are riding with you, and then we'll bring Amanda in. I'm not sure her camera is off. Oh, she's gonna try it again. Scott getting ready to go out, but we have our camera angles here.
I'll be able to tell once they start pulling out. I don't know how many. I think they might be sending out 5 or 6 cars now. So one.
Well, we'll find out in a second.
I think Scott might be in a separate group from Amanda. I can't quite tell.
Okay.
Close.
Close to what?
Close to being in separate groups.
Close to being in separate groups, but not quite.
There goes the Nomad. The air-cooled Porsche.
So we don't have Amanda. So is she out in this one?
The 350Z, and I believe that is Amanda heading out right now.
We've lost
Yep,
her.
Amanda just head out.
Oh, we've lost
Followed
her.
by the older BMW, and then Scott will be in the next group. He will lead the next group, the last one.
She had to borrow a phone from Raymond Junkins at the last minute.
I gotcha.
But she is out, and Scott will be the lead car in the last group.
Somebody's got their mic cue the whole time.
Not me.
Nope, not you. You're good.
That's right.
See. So, what do we have? 2 groups left? 1 group after this now?
Yes, 1 group left.
1 group, and then the Vatican.
And then the Vatican.
Which I walked past the Vatican while it was idling next to Old Man Steve.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of sounded like, you know how an old refrigerator sounds like when it's getting ready to die? You hear the compressor and it's squeaking and banging and everything.
Yep.
That's about what that Cadillac sounds like right now.
Ooh, that motor doesn't sound happy then.
No, it sounded like a Volkswagen Beetle the last time I heard it. And I'm like, I don't think that's supposed to sound like that. I'm not an expert on Cadillacs or anything.
So, Scott is not out. He's out in the next group.
Yeah.
Okay.
And right behind Scott, and which is kind of a surprise, is Fred. Did they plummet that far down the standings yesterday at High Plain?
Well, why don't we go look at
They did, and Fred's run here before, so I don't actually is Fred or Bridget driving today?
Fred is in the car.
Yep, it is Fred.
Fred is in the car. Oh boy.
And we have a
Oh,
pass on
we've got
track
some
to
switching
start with.
going on.
Yep, we've got 80
We got
up
the
first, followed by 68.
80,
Then
followed
Amanda
by
in the
the
00,
double op.
and then the 76 car, and then
Yep.
the 71 car.
Yes. LS powered wagon.
So after doing quite well the first couple of days of the event, Fred and Bridget have dropped to 59th overall.
Oof. I mean that's part of the event though. One day of bad weather and not being able to really capitalize on it can certainly, drop you in the standings or catapult you in the standings.
Definitely. Yeah.
We saw that with Scott.
Yeah.
Scott got catapulted yesterday, way up top.
Yeah. Scotty's
That
all the
little
way up to
BMW
8th
is
overall.
cute, but it is off like a herd of turtles. I love that car though. That thing's awesome.
Raymond Jenkins.
So we see Amanda on the back, stretch out there. She's probably singing and doing
Having a
Amanda
good
thing.
time. Yep, probably.
Absolutely. Sun's starting to come out.
Well, there's Bridget, so we know it's not Fred.
Well, maybe I should go down there and have a driver change.
I support that.
As do I. I concur.
Amos doing well.
Getting that air cooled Porsche there nicely.
Mm-hmm. He always drives that though.
And in this cool weather today, it probably really, really likes it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, here comes our Nomad. It's
I
looking
think
quite
Amanda
nice through
is
those
trying
S's, quite
hard to
frankly.
chase him down. She is using all the curving and
All
all
of
the
it.
horses.
Yeah.
This will be fun to watch.
I wish we were in the car with her right now. That would be outstanding.
Yeah, she definitely wants to take that Rambler down.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah, man.
And to give it a honk and blink,
Give us
he
the
goes
honk.
through.
Yep. Yep.
And
I can hear her
Ray
tires
catching up
in the
with the 350.
background.
Exactly. Ray catching up with Ray.
Yeah. It's the battle of the Rays.
If Ray passes Ray, will it be a glitch in the Matrix?
It's
Well, we got red pill versus orange pill.
Yeah. Trying as hard as he can.
So the Z with a 57.4 and the BMW with a 59.0.
Mm-hmm.
But Amanda class of this run group with a 52.7.
Mm-hmm.
She's got the blinders on and the red mist to get that Rambler.
Mm-hmm.
They got old Louis cranking.
Mm.
Oh, I'm sorry. Amos was the fastest so far with a 46.7. So
because
he's hustling that car up through the S's here.
Very good. And we've got Jeff Lucina coming in.
Mr. Solomon, you available real quick? I got my
Here
Will's
comes the
Hastings Tribune here in town.
We will be
the
available
Rambler
in
up to the
about
S's here.
1.5 run groups.
1.5 run groups. Okay.
So less than 10 minutes.
Less than 10 minutes. Yep.
I think the Rambler has pulled
Oh,
back
so you got
out on
this-
Amanda.
You got the
Here she comes.
Yep. No, we got everything. We got an in-car ready to go next as well.
Oh, sweet. Who are you riding with?
We are going to be riding with Scott Mattis.
Yeah, we were just talking to him down on the grid.
Yep. So the voice you hear in the background, let me switch views for a second so you can see who we are. This is Jeff Lucina right back here. Jeff.
Greetings. Welcome to Hastings.
Camera's actually over there.
Oh, there you are. Sorry. Welcome to Hastings.
So Jeff, as we were talking about before, a one-lapper in his own right, having joined us in 2014 or 2012. Getting that wrong. In the
time here at Hastings, believe it or not.
And now you run the place.
Now I run the show. That's right.
Yeah.
You guys are a bad influence.
We try. We try our hardest to do that.
No, we're very excited to have one lap back. It's always fun catching up with track friends and meeting new track friends, and of course, seeing everybody enjoying the 2.15 miles out here and doing some landscaping work earlier today.
We try and help you a little bit.
You know, I told him, I said, you know, if he wants to cut grass, I've got job apps,
Yeah.
you know, for that. So,
And I'll tell you, I'll give you a little inside
We'll send the
baseball.
bill in. We'll send
We'll
that
bill
bill
you.
in for that.
send us a bill. All right, thanks.
John Hall says hi, Jeff.
John.
But I'll tell you a little inside baseball, Jeff. You know, I was this morning getting some coffee over at the
Clubhouse.
your clubhouse commissary over there, whatever we're calling it. And I overheard a couple of your employees speaking, and they were talking about how you really transformed this place and done a stellar job. So clearly doing well by your employees and your staff, and you know it's evident because we've had a phenomenal day here, and every time we come here, it's a pleasure to see you and your wonderful staff.
Well, we appreciate that. We tell people MPH stands for making people happy, and
There
that's
you go.
getting them on the track and take care of them when they're out there. Our corner workers do a great job of making sure that everybody's safe, and when they're not, we take care of them, get them drug in, and help them get on their way. So
Yep.
we do our best. So we
And-
love having our one lappers here.
And you even have shop vaxxed.
We have shop vacs and compressed air that the super's been using. That's
So, you know, today to close out the broadcast, you know what video you should show?
What's that?
His in-car from 2012. I
Oh,
think
we
we were
did
at
that.
Brainerd.
Hey, we can
No,
hear.
Hallett.
How's Hallett?
That was,
Yeah,
was it Hal? Okay.
Yeah, it was
How many
Hallett.
cars, cameras did you have on my car?
Like 7.
All of them.
All of them.
All of them.
All of them.
This is back when we had a literal car full of GoPros, and you know, GoPro having sponsored us then, and we had so many suction cup to our car. And this is back when we used to have lots and lots and lots of gear to make these productions happen. And yeah, we had. God, we'll talk about that in detail later. We can revisit those memories, but
I think we had one on each tire, one on the hood, and one in the car.
I think the final production wound up with 5 views that we have.
Yes. Yep.
So yeah, we'll bring that up and we'll play that.
Yeah.
Yep. Hallett's a fun track. Always enjoy running there. And I was watching the live stream myself while you guys were down there on Monday.
Yeah. One of the days.
Yeah, Monday.
A day.
Yeah, a day.
It ended before.
See, even the one lap fog has gotten into me. So.
It's contagious.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where do I look for the live results? Well, you can either
onelapofamerica.com.
Yeah, or you could just go here. It's right here. Hello from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Hello, Milwaukee.
Milwaukee. All right.
Yep. Love your power tools and your beer.
Spotted cow for the win.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah,
I haven't had a spotted cow in years.
Okay, so I think
we'll have some tonight.
God is about heading out. So let's make sure that he's off mute so we can hear that car rumbling through.
I believe that may be all we hear.
That may be all we hear. There we go.
You're going to hear a bald eagle screech in the background when that baby comes down the front stretch.
Oh, 100%. We've got Rob Bowen here, namesake for the Parts Farm cam that Mark's been running.
Parts.
Hi, Rob.
Hey. Sorry.
He's hiding behind the camera. That's the camera that's on that's facing this way. You're behind it.
Oh, I see. They are going to send the Vatican out in his very own run group.
Oh my, that's probably wise though.
He's just going to have his own track time. It's fine.
Yep. Aptly named the Vatican because it blows white smoke. Yep. So selecting a pope every time he goes out.
We should just follow it with a speedy dry truck.
Because
it's going to happen.
It's
going to happen.
It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when at this point.
And just how much.
All of it, Mark. All of it is the answer.
So, guys, be sure if you need any parts and you go to the Parts Farm, check out their socials, and you'll see some really great, high-quality commercials that Rob and his team have done for the Parts Farm.
Yep.
Rob, you ought to take one of your business cards and slap it on the Vatican. Because he's going to be needing stuff.
He's going to wind up there.
He's going to be needing some parts.
What is he?
Or you may just want to buy the car because the rest of it seems fine.
His phone?
No, it's not his phone.
So it's got something.
It has right. It's got something imprinted in there. There's an S on one side.
11 now.
Skosh, maybe?
I think it's some sort of
because it has an E at the end.
Yeah.
Like what?
Scott's got dangling marks.
And he is slowing.
He is slowing.
Uh-oh.
He's letting some people pass. So
he's just letting some cars by.
He's allowing that crossfire to pass.
Here we got Fred lined up. Yeah, the wagon. We're waiting on the wagon to make easy, Fred. Easy. He had a with the Fred moment already. He hasn't even started.
Oh, he had a what the Fred.
Yeah, we're waiting on the Griswolds to make their outlap around their.
Oh, they're still they're
They're 12.
majestically
They're coming.
going through turn 12.
That is a majestic
Yes.
beast.
Holiday.
I love that car. Man, I'm gonna drive that thing home.
All right.
What the Fred?
Easy, Fred.
he's rowdy. He's riled up.
He is in a hurry to go fast straight. All right.
I really don't know if that launch control does anything.
What the Fred?
Well, it probably does for
He went
other
a lot
operators.
deeper than I thought he would. All right.
There's Mike Roberts, our web maven here, as we've got
Robert Lawler.
a lot of wheel spin
That was
from the
impressive.
TBI.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go.
All right. Giggity.
Where are you? There you are.
I was wondering that earlier too. What that was saying.
And the majestic
There
Country
goes.
Squire wagon.
There goes Clark.
She's a beaut, Clark.
I didn't notice there's a dog leash.
The
still on
bumper
Yes, it is.
bumper just scraped. The bumper
The
scraped as he
bumper
went around the corner.
Wow.
I mean, man, that's just fun.
Yeah, he's out of he's safety out of turn.
That shows you right there. If you think you can't do the one lap in the car you got, you're wrong.
Oh,
you
I
can.
mean, we've got in Impala, we've got or Malibu SS, right? Or we've got.
And that's not the first one lap that car is done.
Oh no,
Malibu.
it's done many laps.
The Griswolds?
Yeah.
I think that
No,
Orvar
the
has
Griswold's done a couple,
Four.
and Amanda's car has done several.
Yep.
Well,
Comes
that
Fred.
Impala's done. I think this is the third run for that Impala.
Yep.
Fred's
The Griswolds
looking
have done at
spicy
least
today.
4.
And when done at Slinger Speedway, you can have a spotted cow, or you can only. Yep, we are aware of that, and we generally get that the night before.
What was Fred's time? He's looking spicy today.
Yep. Well, we're gonna try and find some place to have some
140?
good curds and whatnot, maybe.
Fred had a 144 right
54's
here.
missing pretty badly.
54's missing pretty. Oh boy.
He's through turn 8 now.
Oh,
Well, we see him here.
car
so-
54. Where
Turn
are
9
you?
now.
Yep. We're watching him live, and
There he is.
He's back up to speed through 8 report.
yep. We can listen into the.
Scott coming into turn 11 now. And that looks like he's off.
It's not sounding good. He is slowed drastically.
Oh boy.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yep, boy. Get offline, buddy.
Yep. Keep going straight.
Oh,
he
he's
fired.
Well,
Underway.
luckily we got the Griswolds behind him.
all righty. There we go.
There you go. Clear that carbon.
Woke up the ponies.
Wait, we got to get the Griswolds.
He is slow again coming through the corner, though.
Fuel pickup, probably.
Fuel pump thing, you think?
He's definitely in fuel delivery.
I think it's a
Now he's just mad at it.
That's what happened.
I wonder if the Griswolds shut their headlights off and the doors closed, it would be more aerodynamic.
I don't think
Maybe
it
not.
matters.
No, Fred is sporty today. Must be the sun's out, guns are out. Let's go, Fred!
So what's Fred doing time-wise, bro?
All right, so Fred's first lap was a 44.780, followed up with a 141.0, so he picked up 3.7 seconds.
Okay.
Fred is, he must have ate his oatmeal or something today. He's on it.
Somebody put some blue pill in his coffee today.
Yeah, he is driving hard.
Okay, copy that. So
Wait a minute.
He ate a whole bag of prunes last night.
It's the century's greatest erection.
It's funny because every now and then you get in a group of people and I'm like, y'all just got to loosen up just a touch. Here's a basket of prunes.
So our newspaper reporter here, he's writing notes, and I looked over and he goes, "What am I doing here? Who are these idiots?"
How did I end up here? What decisions
And you
have I
can't
made
say
in my
that.
life that has left me here today? Yep.
Please, big market
All right.
newspaper, hire me.
I hear.
No.
Oh, Fred has lapped 2 cars. Words that have never been uttered on live TV before.
Or ever.
Yeah, ever. In the history of ever, Fred has lapped 2 cars.
Fred has given us 2 signs of the apocalypse this week. I am
Yeah, we're
really
screwed.
starting to worry.
So I'm loving this. I'm loving it when Fred gets spicy. I like it. And that Z06 does just sound good.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go, Fred! Yes! Put it in the
We've got
radiator!
when I wouldn't call it a group. I would just call it a
Survivors.
Fred lost about 3 seconds there with a 144.4.
There we go.
But he passed 2 cars on that lap, so you know.
No, you could have gotten held up a little bit there.
Oh yeah, I mean, not for nothing. You need a couple of racetracks to get around the Griswold machine.
This is true.
I mean, there's not enough racetrack to get around that big old boat.
Well, because if
Let's
you
just
ask
see
what
where he
line they
breaks.
take, it's just 12. Because that thing just.
He started braking at the 4. Yeah.
You mean he started braking 4 hours ago?
He started braking at turn 4 for turn 1.
Here comes our GTI that had the rowdy launch. There's quite a bit of wheel spin.
Yeah.
TDI.
Oh, yeah, PBI. Sorry.
Okay. Awesome. Thanks.
Turbo Kiesel? Turbo Castle.
Turbo Burrito.
It was just as fast on the way out as it does on the way in.
Hey-oh.
There is Fred at his cooldown lap, and I'd say this time he actually could use a cooldown lap.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Happy for Fred. He's out there having fun and did really well today.
Mm-hmm. I think once the Vatican comes out, might be a good time to.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I'm fairly sure we'll know what that car does.
It elects a new pope.
I think the Griswolds still have to finish their 3rd lap.
We have 2 cars that still have to finish their 3rd lap, it looks like.
Yep, Scott and...
Yeah, I think the Mustang and the Griswolds, and here they come. Mustang's right here.
Yep.
The Griswolds they're hanging in there. They are giving it all of the vacation time.
So it sounds like his fuel pickup problems have
returned. Because he's
he is just going to the pits.
Yep,
yeah, he's just going to.
Yeah, I think that's going to end his showcase. And the Griswolds.
Oh, yeah, the Griswolds are just
leading.
just rubbing the white walls off. And I can tell you for a fact that you can rub the white walls off tires on a big car.
It's woo.
Have you done that in the deuce and a quarter?
I have a few times. Those tires
No, he
on
was
that
finishing.
car.
That was his last lap. He was taking the checker. Yeah, he's not.
That was his checker.
That was his checker.
If he could just stay in his hot lap and come back around.
Yeah, it would still be pretty much the same. Well, all right, Mark.
It doesn't matter though.
We're gonna start ending up here. So yeah.
All right. I'm gonna stay here. Are you gonna stay on air or go off?
We are gonna start wrapping up here.
Okay, because I was gonna see if we could catch the Vatican selecting, what it does here best and see what happens.
Well, I can.
I don't know.
I can have you on in the background while that's going on. So.
All right, perfect.
Not a problem. We can certainly.
I'm just kind of curious what's going to happen. It's more selfish, really. It's not good TV. It's just selfishness.
Let's see here. So there's our Mark Parts Farm cam there. So we're gonna
I gotta go see if it was actually Fred or a body double. Oh, here we go. 007 down the back. I mean, the Vatican. That's definitely getting worse. I mean, it's not auto healing.
Can you get this off? Yeah, is it oil? Push it in.
She said. I think
Just
the
push it
Vatican
towards
is
the
trying to
helmet
catch
and
the
then forward
Griswolds.
and off. You might have to tilt it a little.
The Griswolds are going to get two different run groups.
Thank you.
Again, words never muttered on
No,
TV
so
at the
set
one lap
up.
before.
When oil pressure gets too low, it kills the fuel.
Today
So my
is just
on that side,
is
I
full
can
of burst.
left.
What else can you say?
A
This
lot
is
of firsts
trend-setting TV.
and a lot of lasts.
Have you ever seen them spraying for mosquitoes this early in Nebraska?
I mean, my goodness.
We've got our tracer.
And the Griswolds are coming in. They have landed or docked. I don't know. Wow! Can you guys see all of that?
We can see. Well, yes, because you are the only thing we have on screen right now.
I mean, my goodness.
That is wow. That is quite the blue. So I mean, we know that white is a new pope.
That is blue
white
smoke.
with a tinge of blue at this point?
That is oil.
The new Papa Smurf.
That is oil. that is signs that we have some cylinders that would like to leave the chat.
Or the newest member of the Blue Man Group in Vegas.
I feel like I need
and
a
the
gas
smoke
mask.
outruns the car.
That's terrible.
Chip quick on giving him the green flag, but he
Yeah.
didn't want to get choked out up there in the stand.
I don't understand how that's still running. I don't know if that car is turboed and the turbo seals are blown and it's just eating the oil through the turbo.
All I know is that the smoke detectors are going off from that thing.
Do we have a CO2 monitor up here?
Oh man.
If that car is turbo, that has to be a bad turbo, and it's just sucking oil through the seals and burning it. Otherwise, it's I don't know.
Can I have a mint?
But you can. There's still smoke here on the front stretch from when he took off. The only thing moving the smoke is the giant windmill over there. It's just trying to disperse it for us. Can someone turn the windmill up?
After we talk about
And it's a good thing he's going last and we have lunch because it's going to be an hour before the smoke's gone. We'll have to shut down for fog.
with lunch coming up,
yes.
Can we talk to the live stream about this grits recipe? Can we go to this grits recipe on live stream?
No, absolutely not. That's a family secret.
Oh, it's a secret. All right, disregard.
I guess the good thing about seeing the oil smoke is we know it still has some in it.
until it doesn't
be.
She'd be mad if we put that on the live stream.
She probably rolled over in her grave knowing that I told you it last night.
Oh shit, not good.
All right. Well, here comes 007. I think he's getting low on oil. It doesn't seem to be as bad.
It's not as dense, correct.
Fire, Lord, help me. Jeff Gordon, help me.
Oh, boy.
We still got a lap pump.
Well, we have... I mean, good night. Look at that.
Right there.
Yeah.
It is literally a fog. I think the air might be flammable right now.
One end of his initiation.
Yeah, we had a few that going on yesterday.
This is he's heading to the backstretch, and there's still smoke lingering on the front. I'm not even exaggerating.
It's consuming only a quart per 150 miles, so that's it's certainly an acceptable thing. We did have somebody say it looks like Artemis re-entering the atmosphere.
Yeah, it's huh. It's still going though. I don't understand.
Yesterday, I compared it to the Hale Bop comment, and Heaven's Gate were just waiting to catch their ride.
Anytime now.
There he is.
I've seen tire fires with less smoke.
Oh Lord, he's making notes over there. See what he's writing.
Oh no.
This is all off the record.
Yeah, says the live stream
Yeah.
on YouTube. Yeah,
This is
very off the record.
This is off the record. So if anyone is an oil rep and would like to sponsor this poor car, I have a feeling if you drop off a case or 12 at the next track, he's going to use it.
Yeah, that day.
All right. Well, as the recycling center drives by,
there we go.
what time was the tire fire running?
Lap number 1, a 2-minute .4. Lap number 2, a 1:54 dead.
I think dead is the operative word.
In 3?
Did he just take the checkered?
He did.
Oh,
he took the checker.
Okay, well 3 has not populated.
Oh, that was only lap 2? Oh, wow. Oh, he's on 3 now.
Matt, do us a favor and throw something
We
up there.
couldn't see the flags from the smoke screens, so in fairness.
In fact, there was so much smoke, I've gotten dizzy and lost track. I couldn't count to 3.
We thought it was a
That's
blue
how much
flag.
smoke there is. Well, I couldn't see my fingers. I couldn't see if I was holding up 2 or 3, so I couldn't count.
There you go.
It's going to be great watching you tumble down those spiral stairs.
That's all very accurate. Can someone throw some pillows down there?
There's some tires at the bottom. Just aim for those.
Is that Brock? I'll just jump on the Brock. Where's Brock? Brock, catch me!
Oil hears.
Then when I land, he hears. Oh my God! Someone stepped on a duck. Nope, Mark fell on Brock.
It'll be a deflating duck.
We keep this up, we're going to get the entire issue of the next paper that's written.
Where to begin?
Here we go.
This was a
The
serious
third and
it turned out to
final
be
lap.
Banana ball on wheels.
With a smoky burnout drifting. Oh no, it's just oil again.
Yep. All righty. Well, Mark, with that, we're gonna start shutting down here for the morning session. But
all right, gents, I'll see you in command center.
Sounds good. All right, so with that Parts Farm cam off there, so we'll go back here. So, thanks for hanging with us this morning for the 2026 TireRack.com One Lap of America here at beautiful Motorsport Park Hastings in Hastings, Nebraska. We got about an hour we're going to shut down for. We're going to do some parade laps, and then we are going to pick up the coverage this afternoon, just in about an hour's time. So probably just about noon, I would say, 12:15 Central, 1 Eastern. And yeah, we might even try and dig out that YouTube clip of Jeff running out there, so we can start. Maybe we'll pick up a little bit earlier and start with that, and show you all the fun stuff that Jeff has done in the past. The first time he was here that year,
yeah,
and now running the place. In any event, thanks so much for hanging with us. So for the 2026 TireRack.com One Lap of America with coverage brought to you in part by PartsFarm.com. I'm Solomon. That's Brian, and Mark's back there as well. We will see you soon. And
9 days, 3,500 on the dash. 18 races we avoid in the crash. Track competition, but the transit is the test. Rain or the sunshine, we don't ever get to rest. Road hazards lurking, unknowns on the way. We push in the limits in the heat of the day. Tire Rack.